Yuck.
In today's episode, we take on some small projects.
That's what we love to do here. We love to start a project, get tired of it, and then start a new project.
And practice our handiness skills.
Oh, it's crooked as hell. I measured these. What the?
So come join us as we boost our morale with little wins. Thanks for tuning in.
Guess we should have put this up a little bit. I didn't expect 10 inches of rain.
Welcome back for another episode. So the plan for today is to take on some small projects. As you can see outside, it is raining again, and luckily we have this nice warm shop space to work in. So I'm gonna start with, I think, what seems like the easiest project and try to work my way toward the harder ones that we've kind of been procrastinating on. So starting with the easiest project first, we're gonna redo our cutting board. Jen bought me this really nice cutting board a few years ago, back when we had our old home, and it has gotten a bunch of rings on it from setting our cast iron. So I'm just gonna hit it with some maybe 80 grit, work my way up to 220, and then hopefully I can get rid of all the rings and restore it back to its natural beauty. Water on a paper towel. Man, look how much better that is. Some butcher block conditioner. And there you have it. On to the next one. The next project's gonna be this piece of driftwood I found that I had made into an incense holder. I really like how it turned out. It's nice and wide, it's flat, and it has that kind of beach look to it. But Cecil, you can hear behind me, chewed it up. So now it has all these, bite marks in it. It wasn't really finished anyway, so it's not a big deal. I think I'm gonna cut it and just kind of round it off a little bit. And then what I wanna do is I have this really cool flat piece of seashell that we got in California. I want to cut out an area where I can flush mount this into the wood, and I think that it'd be a really cool area to just like catch the ashes and it wouldn't burn the wood, and then it just has this kind of metallic beautiful design thing going on. So I think that'll be really neat. So yeah, let's get started. Here's the final product for our incense holder. I'm really happy with the way this turned out overall. I left a lot of the imperfections in the wood because, it's driftwood, so you just kind of want it to feel and look natural. I ended up using some glue to keep that seashell embedded in there, and it is pretty flush. Sticks up a little bit, that's okay though. First piece of furniture we finished today. I'm really happy with how it turned out. After watching that back, it may be a stretch to call this furniture. I'll have to look up the definition. On to the next. If you remember watching last fall, I had went to IKEA and I had bought some furniture. This is the face of possible disappointment.
It's complete disappointment. That is not gonna fit in the bathroom.
We're both very worried. Oh God. Oh
Yeah.
no. And they didn't have any furniture to measure there. They didn't have good sizes on it, and I ended up just buying the wrong vanity. It's just too tall for our space. So I've been staring at this thing upstairs for a long time and came up with a plan where I can cut about 10 inches off the bottom. So let's do that next. Now you can see where the other problem lies. So in order for this to fit flush, I'm gonna have to cut down this piece underneath it. This is a lot more modifying than I thought I was gonna have to do to get this to work, but I think that should be it. I'll cut this down so it clears it. Maybe I just need about a ½ inch there. Put that back in place, and then hopefully I can just mount the hinges and we can move on with our life here. Man, choosing the left-handed one on camera. That was a mistake. That one looks crooked as hell. I measured these, what the? All right, this is all done. It's ready to mount. It was much more challenging than I anticipated. It took me several hours to get this in a state that I'm content with, I guess you could say. That would have been a good opportunity for it to fall on the ground right there and break. I still need to do a pull of some sort on it, and then we just need to put the glass shelves in and put it on the wall. So we'll hopefully do that tonight, I don't know.
This lighting is terrible, but for the medicine cabinet, we are planning on using some driftwood handles for this. We just haven't put it on yet. So for right now, we just really squeeze our fingers or use a knife to open this. But it stores our things and it keeps our counters clean.
Today's a new day. We've been getting some water during these heavy rainstorms on the inside of our shop cabin in the gym space. So I'm gonna go up on the roof and just see what's going on, see if there's an easy win, just like some loose bolts or screws, or maybe like the grommets aren't just sealing correctly or something. Or maybe there's another hole. I know if you watch some of our older videos, right before the snow hit, I sealed like 60 some holes in the roof. So one of those could just be leaking and dripping and getting into that space. I would say that that's probably the most likely now that I talked through it. So let's go up there and just take a look. This is definitely an area that needs some improvement before winter comes. We get rainfall right around in here, it drips down onto the wood stove. Definitely not gonna worry about this today, but it's on my to-do list. We could see some of these holes that we sealed up in the fall. They're holding up pretty good.
but there must be one somewhere that I missed because it's right in this general area that it drips inside the cabin. I did find this one area that's missing a screw, so I'm gonna put one in there, and then I'm gonna take the rest of these heat tape brackets off and just put screws in those with new gaskets, because I think a lot of these are missing the gasket seal, and maybe that will fix it. So we'll try that. I'm not seeing anything up here besides this one and one other right over here, but they're all raised sections, so I can't imagine that much water would be getting in there, but who knows? So let's give it a try.
While Bryce is working hard up on the roof, I'm actually going to take a break from working in the guest space and start on a new project. That's what we love to do here. We love to start a project, get tired of it, and then start a new project. But we bought a bundle of furniture for around $40 at an estate sale a few months ago, and that's what you see behind me here. So I am going to disassemble them, clean them up, sand them down, and probably slap on some new paint. You're right, we're never getting rid of the painting segment on this channel. But I thought we could have some fun with it, so let's get to it.
Well, you can see these dresser drawers had some occupants at one point. So we really gotta sanitize these up.
All right, probably not much of a noticeable change for you guys, but for me, this is vastly improved. I did find some different problem areas up here. Definitely a few screws that were missing, or the seals were bad, or they were broke off. So I went through and I checked pretty much every one of the screws from this building, the 40-foot stretch here. Yeah, hopefully I fixed it. Guess we'll wait for the next big downpour. I don't know if these are exactly problems, but while I'm up here, might as well just get rid of them all. They're not doing us any good.
Now that the roof is done, I'm gonna take on something I've been regretting. Not regretting, what's the right word? Procrastinating. We need to get the water situation hooked up out here for Jen's bachelorette party, and so that we have a running toilet and all that stuff. And then there's also a hose, faucet head that I put in here, and I would love to be able to use it to wash my car and stuff today, because it's gonna be beautiful for the next week. So with that said, let's stop screwing around and start on that project. The other day I had some help from Aaron, and we took on the hardest part of this challenge, which was running the water over to the water source in this building. So we had to take off pieces of the roof, and it was yucky, messy, but we got it done. Now I just have this line, but what I need to do is tee it out, have it come over, and then come down here at a downward angle all the way. Okay, so it's 40 feet. And I want it sloping so I don't have to blow it out. And then I'm gonna have a pressure wash station right here. So what I wanna do is come here, tee it over to the pressure washer, and then one faucet to this outside faucet head that we already put in. So that is the rough plan. I don't know how it's gonna go. I've never done much with plumbing, but it seems straightforward. And I haven't really shown this on a video at all, but I did a bunch of research after buying that Honda generator that came broken from Home Depot, and ended up just buying electric. So I don't have another gasoline motor that I have to service. Yeah, I think this is gonna work really great, so that instead of needing to take this out and set it up every time, I can just leave it mounted, hooked up directly to the water, and then just turn on the water and wash whatever I gotta wash. You can see my other line here though is gonna go down. I'm gonna connect it to that shark bit I just showed you. This guy, shark bite, push on to a hose so that I can run that right over here. And then this one's gonna go right outside of this faucet. And then that's gonna be the hard part done, which I'm very excited about. That was miserable up there.
I can tell you I'm learning a lot about how to use a sander. Well, I'm learning that different speeds of the sander give you different finishes, and different grits of the sander also give you different finishes.
Yeah, that's a good thing to learn.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to use these tools, and I feel like this is a pretty easy project to learn, so.
Yeah, I mean, you're out $8 or something.
That's breaking the bank.
The more I think about it, the worse it is to have this directly over my electrical box. So yeah, you plumbers out there or people that know better, let me know where I should put this or what I should do. At the end of the day, the shark bites are really easy to adjust and modify. I mean, working with PEX so far in my experience has been really easy and awesome. So this is what's gonna work for now, but I definitely want to change that in the future. So if this gets left on or something happens with that fitting, it doesn't just dump water into my electrical and cause a fire.
All right, sanding done. Well, on the dresser anyways. Man, do I really know the meaning of draining your battery now. I think on the sander I went through like 10 battery changes. So next time in my runs, I'll keep that in mind, that it's important to charge your batteries. But I think we're gonna take a little break and enjoy the sunshine. I don't know if you noticed, but the sun is finally shining. It has been so rainy here. So we're gonna have some lake time, I think, or take the dogs for a walk. I don't know, but just get some sun and vitamin D on our skin. But don't you worry, after that, we will complete this project. So stay tuned.
Well, there's a little bit of technology I didn't expect to work so well. I've never done that before. And that was by far the easiest way that I've ever blown this up. So, another great use for this thing.
Okay, just barely. There's the camera.
Oh my god, the dock is just
Definitely floating out here. Yeah. Root beer come through.
It kind of looks scary, the color of the water.
It's amazing how little water it takes to get that dark.
We're finally having summertime.
It took a while to get here.
After thinking about this connection more, I just can't live with myself and its location. So I'm gonna cut that out, and for now, I'm just gonna run a garden hose, which we just bought, from that guy right over to here whenever we need it. And then later on, I'll pipe something maybe straight down from here and just bypass the whole thing that I got set up. So that's the plan. If you guys have watched some of our old videos, I'm a little gun shy when it comes to water stuff after having some pretty major accidents. I don't know what is going on, but this is on. Oh my God. Right now, I'm gonna try the garage water and I'm gonna turn it on. We have it kind of isolated on its own valve, so you can shut it all off. Let's kick this thing on and see if we got any leaks. Are you ready? Okay, turning it on. I hear it. Man, I didn't mean to kick it on so hard. That really pressure tested the system. Anything?
I feel water now.
This is so awesome. It's amazing having water in this building. Oh man, I'm excited. I seriously am though. This is like really nice to be able to clean something here.
I am painting today, as you can see. Paint clothes. But it's time. We are going to hand brush paint this because I didn't realize we were out of rollers. So let me know if that's what you're supposed to do on furniture, is either use a brush or use a roller. I actually have no idea. I probably could Google it, but why do that when you can go straight to the source of your viewers? And we are also going to use our favorite green. So let's see how it looks. Our dresser has been really nice. Yes, it is a very tight space for it. As you can see, the dog bed does interrupt the last drawer, but we just have to be creative when opening it because we have to accommodate our space for this giant dog bed. Because we love Kane so much and he's kind of going through something right now, so don't mind him. He's just trying to feel good. It's been really nice. And the door does hit the dresser, but you know what? We have a dresser and it's functional. It's usable. We'll just have to reconfigure our room to fit all these aspects in this tiny space. But for now, I think it works.
Yuck. Right now I'm gonna wrap up a project that we kind of started a few days ago and it just needs to get done before we have guests over for the 4th of July. We don't really have a good garbage. We've just been hanging bags from a ladder, can believe it or not, for pretty much the whole time we've been here. So yeah, I'm gonna sand it down quick, put some paint on it, and then it's pretty much done. We'll just let it dry and start using it maybe as soon as tonight. So stay tuned. You know, I feel a lot more like I'm painting a fence with this brush and setup than I am painting a low-end piece of furniture.
Just wanted to mention, that we still use grocery bags as our garbage bags. And I think that's one thing we're always going to carry with us from van life. Or we just need to buy regular size garbage bags.
Run in.
Let's
How
run in.
far?
Ready?
Okay. Oh my god! That was way too scary.
Okay, you gotta jump. All right, we did it.
Woo!
Oh, okay. Wow. Hopefully those don't make it to the outtakes.
I just want to announce my look isn't because this is a beauty channel. This is, I don't even know what this channel is.
I don't know. She just got done running, and so did I. We're both pretty sweaty, but we did finish a lot of projects that we really wanted to knock out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing all those.
Yeah, it was nice to get some mini wins instead of a prolonged process that is probably really boring to watch.
I think we realized just how much painting and sanding ends up happening, and then part of the thing that we've described to ourselves, like having rewatched our own episodes, is sometimes you guys as the viewers don't get like the proper payoff. You know, like the end product, like we end up 3/4 of the way through a project, and then due to one thing or another, it's good enough and we kind of move on. So you don't really get the payoff, like it's done.
Yeah.
So that's something that we're more focused on now, and our own critical feedback of ourselves. And so we're trying to have more payoff for everyone.
Yeah, and trying not to get just burnt out by our projects, because I think that's also the big thing where we have maybe too much that we're trying to chew off, and then we get partially done and we're like, that's good.
Just some scatterbrain stuff going on.
Yeah, but I wanted to take some time to just say a huge thank you to everyone that commented on our last long form video. Wow, I feel so loved.
Oh my God, me too.
I think it's just hard sometimes when you're trying to communicate through the internet and through videos, like just to like the other people on the other side, but then also know like they also really are enjoying it.
Right.
Like it's not just us doing it, even
Right.
though it feels like that sometimes because we're literally the only two people standing right here right now. But we just really wanted to say thank you, and we really appreciate all the words you said to us.
Yes,
and
thank
they
you.
definitely give us motivation to keep going. And I think we just really needed that in that moment, just because sometimes we just hit low moments.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, we talk about like, should we share something like that? Should we not? And it's hard when you have a really small channel. I mean, this is not our full-time jobs. Like Jen works a job and I work a full-time job. And so we're just busy trying to balance life and the dogs and our other hobbies and activities with creating YouTube content. But now we've been pretty consistent for a couple years, and we really enjoy, I think, and have gotten better and better at it. We enjoy sharing that part of our life and these projects and our adventures. So I don't know, the feedback really helps us understand that other people enjoy seeing it too, and makes it worth the effort of doing it. So thank you for the feedback, both positive and negative.
Or just, you know, like it's good to have good criticism, just because if you don't have it, then you don't grow. It's also just really nice to have our passions collide of doing a creative outlet like filming and videoing, but also doing hands-on projects with the house, and you're learning your wood skills. So just having those things come together has just made this whole endeavor worthwhile. So we're just glad you guys are along for the ride.
Yep. So thanks again, and yeah, we'll see you guys on the next video.
Woo! I don't know why I went woo.
That's okay.
I'm
I'm sure people love that.
I'm just excited.
Okay, let's